Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video I'm going to be comparing two of the most popular online selling platforms, Kartra and Kajabi. Now with both of these tools, at first glance they can look very similar. If we go to the features, for example, on Kartra, we can see we can build landing pages, we can create online courses, membership websites, we can host webinars, we can create funnels and campaigns, we can do email marketing, all of these different things in order to create and sell online products. Now, if we go over to Kajabi and we take a look at what is available on Kajabi, we can see we have online courses, we have coaching, we have memberships, we have communities, we have newsletters, we have landing pages, email marketing, funnels, and automation. And these tools, although they can do very similar things, they can both do email marketing, we can create landing pages, we can create funnels, we can create online courses. Although we can do these things, the way that we go about these, the features and which ones are better on which platform are both very, very different. So in this video, I'm going to take you inside of both of these platforms. I have used both of these platforms myself to create and sell online courses, and I'm going to break down the difference between these and which one is likely best for you. So jumping into both of these, and with Kajabi right now, the pricing is a little bit messed up because we have this $99 for 3 months, but this literally expires tomorrow. So a better thing to do is to pull up the regular Kajabi pricing, as we can see right here. We can compare this to the Kartra pricing right here. And with these pricing areas, what I do want to do before we actually take a dive into this is give you my partner deals for both of these platforms. So with Kartra, this special offer, if you use the link down in the description, is going to give you a 20% off coupon code. As you can see, recommended by Riley Holden, and this is going to give you a 20% discount on each plan. With Kajabi, this is a little bit different because Kajabi is the tool that I use in my business. It's the one that I teach all of my students to use. So with Kajabi, if you sign up using my partner link, you can get a 30-day free trial, which is extended from the standard 14-day free trial, and you also get access to the Holden Academy Elite package. This includes 2 of my courses. One of them will teach you how to actually use Kajabi. The second will teach you how to go from 0 to 10K per month with digital products. And you also get access to the Holden Academy Success Circle, my insider community, where you can jump on coaching calls with me. You can ask me any questions that you may have, and I will be with you through the entire journey of selling your digital product. So with that being said, of course, I do have a slightly better offer for Kajabi. It's the main tool that I use, but I still wouldn't recommend it for everybody. And I'm going to try and remain as unbiased as possible in this review. So jumping into my demo account on both of these platforms right here, and the main difference between these tools, the main difference in what I found, is that Kajabi is much better on the back end in terms of creating these different products and creating your courses and creating your community. But Kartra is much better on the front end in terms of actually creating the funnels. So it really depends on what you want to put more emphasis on. What is more important on your business? Is it having awesome products, having an awesome course, or having an awesome coaching program or an awesome community? Or is your main focus going to be on the front end with more complex funnels and easier funnels to build? So jumping into the funnels first, this is the first thing that we will touch on. And it's really interesting, the way that we build out funnels on both of these platforms is instead of going here to marketing and then funnels as you would expect, same here on Kajabi, instead of going to marketing and funnels, the way that we actually build these is we build the individual steps first, the individual funnel pages, and then we piece them together in the funnels area. So going over to Kajabi, we would go into pages and go into all pages right here and add a new page. And these are all of the templates that we have access to. Now, I would even say in terms of the templates that we get access to for these funnel steps, for the pages that we create, these are also better inside of Kajabi. So in here, you can see all of the different pages that we have. We have squeeze pages, long sales pages, thank you pages, checkout pages, sales pages, landing pages, all of these different things. And if we go into squeeze pages, for example, which are also known as opt-in pages, you can see that these are all of the templates that we have. And from these templates, we have 67 of these squeeze page templates. Whereas if we go into Kajabi, we can go to website and landing pages right here and open up the templates on Kajabi as well. And we can see for these opt-in pages, we only have 14 of these. So these are the templates that we get on Kajabi. I'll just let you take a look at these. And then these are the templates that we are going to get inside of Kartra. Now, this is not the only thing, because when we actually click into one of these pages right here, the actual editor, the page builder for funnels inside of Kartra is better as well. So once again, we'll just call this test. We can go ahead and create this, and of course this already exists. As I said, this is a demo account, so I don't really need to be super careful in terms of what I call this. But we can once again click on Get Started inside of Kajabi right here. And now both of these are loading up. So with both of these, there are drag and drop builders. So what I mean by this is we can simply click into the text right here, and we can change the text to say whatever I would like. You should subscribe. We can spell that completely wrong. Then the same here inside of Kajabi, we can click into this, we can delete this, and we can say once again, hello, you should subscribe. With the images and things like this on this page, we just click into edit the style right here, and then we can select the image or video that we would like. It's the exact same thing on Kajabi. So we can click in and this is an image, but we could add a video here. The way that we would do this is just by going to add content, and then we can add a video in. The same thing on Kartra. If we want to add components in, we want to add like a video or an image, we do this the exact same way. We just select what we want to add in, and then we can drop this onto the page. The thing where I think Kajabi is better though for these pages is if we go to add a new section, look at all of these pre-built sections that we have. We have all of these header menus to choose from. We can go to content right here and add these into the site. And then we can, of course, replace the images and replace the text. We have these different call to actions. We have these testimonial pages that we can go through, pricing pages, portfolios, all of these different things that we can add in. Whereas with Kajabi, we can't really do this in the same way. We can't just add in different sections underneath these sections. We need to build these all from scratch right here using these elements on the left-hand side. So that is why, in my opinion, Kartra has better funnel building properties. You can build better and more advanced funnels inside of Kartra. Just because we have more templates, we have more options on these templates, we can actually build these out with pre-built sections, which are things that we can't do on Kajabi. Don't get me wrong, we can still build out fantastic landing pages on Kajabi. For example, if I go here and we go to holdenacademy.com, the main landing page that I use when I'm doing my affiliate offer on Kajabi, this is all built on Kajabi. So you might be wondering, okay, so if the funnels are better inside of Kartra, why did I move over to Kajabi? Why is Kajabi the main tool that I'm using right now? And the reason for this is because with my business, my main emphasis is on selling digital products. And I think Kajabi do this a lot better. So what we can do is if we go into Kartra, for example, we can go into products right here, and we can see all of the different products that we can build. So we can click in, and as we can see, we can build a Kartra membership, we can build an integrated membership, we can create a downloadable file, or we can create others. So the way that we do this on Kartra, and I'll show you Kartra first of all to show you just how unstreamlined this is when creating products when we compare this to Kajabi. So inside of Kartra, the way that we do this is we need to create a membership. You can't just go in and straight up create a course or create a coaching program. Everything that you can create, if you want to create one of these things, has to be created as a membership. So what we can do is we can go into membership right here. And once again, I'll call this Kartra versus Kajabi membership. We can then choose the layout of this right here and click on create. And then we have to go into the builder and actually build this out ourselves. So as you can see, we have the membership details right here. We go into contents, and then we can go into launch builder where we have to go ahead and build this out. So what we would do is we would build this up like the sidebar contents. We can add all of these things in. So we can add like a host bar right here. Let's just select this one, and we can call this Riley Holden mentor, just like that. We can of course click into this and add in the photo. We can add a progress bar right here as an example to show people how far through they are. And then in here, you essentially choose what you want to build out. Do you want to build out a course? Do you want to build out a coaching program? We can build out each of these things, but it's a lot more complex. So as an example, if I want to build out a course right here, what we could do is we would first of all go up to this bar at the top, and we can see all of the different categories that we have. So we could call this one right here, welcome, or we click into edit first. That's pretty silly. Welcome to the course. Then we can go down here. We can confirm this and then go to the next one. We could call this like module 1, welcome to the course. Click this, add in a different category, go down. We could add in like module 2. I just realized I call that welcome to the course as well. So we could go in and we could call this the basics, but you get the idea. We build this out in this area. We can click on save. And then we go through all of these different categories and we create this out. So we could go in and we could add a video right here. We could then upload the video from YouTube or Kartra Video and set that up right there. Then we could go to module 1, the basics right here, and you can see we have each of these individual posts. So what we might want to do is we might want to click back into this, and we can add different posts to this in the subcategory. So we could call this lesson 1, Instagram. Go in and add another one, lesson 2, Facebook. And then once we have all of this added, we essentially go into these different modules right here. So we could go to Instagram, we could upload the Instagram video right here. We could go to module 2, or lesson 2, I should say, upload the video into the Facebook one. And this is essentially how we would create a course. We can create a coaching program, but you would have to hook this up to a third-party tool, probably something like Calendly off the top of my head, because essentially all we can do for a coaching program in here is create a calendar. So what I would say in here is if you are creating a community or if you are creating a coaching program, just don't use Kartra. You can do these things, but Kartra is really not set for this. This is not a tool that is made for creating coaching programs or communities. You can create a course, but you have to do it this way. Whereas inside of Kajabi, if we want to create one of these products right here, the way that you need to look at this is essentially with Kartra, this is a funnel builder, and then they added the ability to create courses and onto the back of this. Whereas with Kajabi, this is a product creation platform, and then they just added funnels onto this. So it's essentially reverse engineered which one you want to go for. So as I say, if we go into products and we want to create a course right here, you'll see how much simpler this is. We just go to add a new course. We can choose if this is an evergreen course or this is a cohort of different students. This is something new that they added, but a standard course is an evergreen course right here. We can then go in and we can call this, let's just go Kartra versus Kajabi course. We can then add a brief description down here. Turn this off because this is going to use AI to generate the course content. But we just go next. We can choose the course appearance. So let's just go for primary colors. We will say is white, and then the background color is going to be blue. We can add a thumbnail image in here of the course. Click into next. We can then choose the price for this. So let's say this is a $199 course. Choose the payment methods that we would like to accept. And then in here, this is now where we can go ahead and build up the course. So in the course area, all we now have to do is add in the different modules and content. So we can go to blank module right here. We can call this module 1. Welcome to the course. Drop this in. Then we could go in and we could call this lesson 1. What you will learn. Click on save, and then we can go back. We can then add content. So we could add another lesson right here. We could call this lesson 2, Kartra versus Kajabi. I'm just filling this with a bunch of random things so you can see how this is going to look. Then we can go up, and to add in new modules, we just add a new module here. So we could say module 2, the basics, drop this in, and then we can add content right here once again. We could say lesson 1, Instagram. And the way that we actually upload the video files to this is we just click into the lesson, go down here, drop the video in. We can add in text, we can add downloadable files, and that's how we create this all right. So then just to show you how this will look, I'll set this all to published so that we can actually take a look at the course right here. We can go into publish, all of these are published. So we can now go into customize. We can choose the template that we would like this course to be in. And essentially this is all going to be built out for us once we choose one of these templates. But I'm just going to stick with the main template right here. We can then go to preview full access. And in here, this is how the course is going to look. So people can come in, they can see module 1, they can click in. And of course, if we had a video here, they would be able to watch this. We can go to the next module. And as you can see, building out courses is just much better on Kajabi. The second thing that I want to show you is the coaching program, because this is just leaps and bounds ahead. So this is a coaching program that I have set up. We can see the sessions in here with the active client, with the revenue, with the completed sessions. We can see all of these that are upcoming, all of these sessions that we've had in the past. And then we can set up different coaching programs as well. So the way that we set this up is just as simple as we created a course where we create the title, the coach name, the description. And then in here, once this is actually created, we can click in we can go to the outline right here and we can set up all of these different sessions. So all we do is we click into these sessions, we give it a title, a description, what's on the agenda, and any resources. And then we can also go into settings right here. Kajabi has a built-in Kajabi scheduler, so we can set availability and book sessions inside of Kajabi. Another cool thing about this that you don't get with Kartra, of course, is if you do want to set up a coaching program inside of Kartra, this is why you have to use a third-party tool like Calendly, because with Kartra, they don't have their own platform where you can actually host these calls, right? You have to do this on Zoom. You have to book it into Calendly, link Calendly up to Zoom, and then you would be able to take these calls. Whereas inside of Kajabi, you can see we can choose custom location. So if you wanted to host this on Zoom, you can, but you can also host this inside of Kajabi. We can go down and we can manage the availability right here. Kajabi can also record these live coaching sessions. We can go in and upload these. And then, of course, we can also create a community inside of Kajabi as well, if this is something that you would like to do. So we can go into the community area right here. This is just a demo community that I set up. We can add in all of the different channels right here that we would like to create. And with Kajabi, if you are thinking about potentially using this, but you want to learn more about courses or coaching or community, I've created videos on all of these on this channel. Another thing that I will quickly touch on, although this is not crazy different between these two platforms, is going to be the email marketing. Both of these are absolutely fantastic because when we are selling digital products, we don't need a crazy email marketing tool. We just need the ability to create an email sequence and send these emails out on autopilot. So once again, I'll just give this a random name, then we can click on create. In here, we have the sequence builder where we can go through, we can create each of these emails. So we just want a plain text email right here. We can then go through and call this like email 1, for example. Click on create. And then in here, we can go through and we can customize this email right here by clicking on edit message. So that's the layout on Kartra. The only thing I would say is I think Kajabi does have a slightly better layout. If we go to email campaigns, it's just a little bit easier. We go to create a new email campaign right here. We'll just give this a random name, click on continue. And then in here, we can simply go to the classic editor. We can then choose the day that this would like to be sent on. We can choose the internal title, the subject, and the body. And then when we piece a few of these together, I'll just go through and we can see 8 emails over 14 days right here. We can just piece these together. We can go in and edit these, send them out, and we have all of these different things. So going into the pricing, and of course with Kartra, I will add this 20% coupon code. This is the price that we will look at. And then with Kajabi right here, we have the pricing as well. So on the lower plan, on the starter, we can see Kartra is $95 per month with this 20% discount. And with this, we get unlimited emails, 2,500 contacts, 1 domain, 1 language, 5 team members, unlimited pages and forms, unlimited emails and sequences. We can create memberships and courses, and we have these different things right here. Now with Kajabi, we can see that the Kickstarter is a little bit cheaper at just $69 per month right here. We can create 50 landing pages. We can create 1,250 marketing emails. We can create 1 product, 1 funnel, 250 contacts, and we can have 50 active customers. So on here with the Kickstarter plan, Kajabi is going to be a lot more limited in terms of what we can do. Just looking at this, we can see 1,250 marketing emails and 250 contacts compared to Kajabi right here, which is 2,500 contacts, and we can send unlimited marketing emails. So the Kickstarter plan on Kajabi is quite limited, but when we go up to basic, this levels out the playing field a little bit more. So with basic, we can have up to 10,000 contacts right here, 3 funnels, 3 product, unlimited marketing emails, unlimited landing pages. And if we look over here on Kartra, we have 12,500 contacts. And once again, unlimited marketing emails, unlimited all of these different things. So with Kajabi, we are paying $150 for 10,000 contacts. Whereas on Kartra, we are paying $185 essentially for 12,500 contacts. Then this is the big jump right here. Kartra gets very, very expensive as soon as we go over 12,500 contacts, because we then have to jump to professional, which is $450 a month for 25,000 contacts. Whereas on Kajabi right here, we can see the same 25,000 contacts is $200 per month. So as we go up, as we get a bigger business, Kajabi does become a lot less expensive than Kartra. Now, if you are still watching this video at this point, no matter which of these platforms that you decide to choose, if you are selling digital products online, I want to give you my offer, which is a super simple guide to your first $1,000 online with digital products. You can claim that for completely free by using the link in the description. Now, out of these two tools, Kartra and Kajabi, it really depends on what you are looking for which tool you are going to go with. If your main focus is going to be on funnels, building out a complex funnel, then I would recommend going for Kartra. If on the other hand, you're like me and the main focus is building fantastic digital products, you want an easier and better layout for courses, you want to build a coaching program, or you want to build a community, then Kajabi is going to be the best option for you. With that being said, hopefully you found this video valuable. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.